They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw is Stafford. He'll get this, and it's a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. In our meetings this week, they kind of tip. To play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. From midfield, here's Lance. But able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Lance. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
Santos' kick is up and through, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
As he throws there, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Play action, now it's Lance.
Eluding the pressure right.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. That
tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Terry. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the Niners' 2-yard line.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Cam Akers, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away. Taken from about the 12.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance, he completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Again, it's Lance. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
They'll send the tight end in motion. From the 38, Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Slot man moves right. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Oren Burks. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw here into the hands of Jones. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And the Niners are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Here's White. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 and a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Trey Lance scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Niners have retaken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
He finds his man, complete. That's Terry. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Stafford on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing again is Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Stafford. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A final shot before the break. Stafford. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Pulls it in at the 13.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now a play fake. Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Touchdown, Rams! Donald Parham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. The lead is now 14-10.
touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Lance. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Now Lance. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This is brought in at the 21. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And that one complete downfield to Cup.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the red zone now, Stafford.
It is caught left side by the tight end Parham.
And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Akers.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
32. It's a loss of 1.
On 2nd and goal. Stafford to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3.
They'll look to run with Akers.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
Sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Going right side is White. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. From his own end zone, Lance on 3rd and long. He's got a man, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Working from the gun, Lance. That ball caught, Brandon Ayuk. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Desperation time here. Lance. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Niners 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is caught. Touchdown. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Santos with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford.
He finds his man, complete. That's Terry. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. To the air again, Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he is going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. On first down, it's Stafford. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
The 20. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll run here with Akers. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Akers. They try and run. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the result, instead of the chip shot to tie, they turn the ball over on downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Lance now to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Lance finding Debo there for the Niner first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Lance back to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Lance and company going on 4th down. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They give to White on the option. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Now Lance. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken from about the 12. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's Lance. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Lance looking to throw. desperation throw deep downfield. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So the LA Rams with a victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Los Angeles, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.